Most real estate transactions don't fall apart because of the market. They fall apart right here. If it's not the market, then what actually causes real estate transactions to fall apart? Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. I'm Shirley with Shirley's Real Estate Group at John Scott, and I've been helping clients across the Puget Sound for over 27 years. And this is the show where we talk real, buying and selling real estate, that is. Today we're talking about a part of the home buying and selling process that doesn't get explained very well. Pricing and appraisals, and more importantly, what can go wrong and how to prepare before it does. Because the truth is, many transactions don't fall apart at the beginning. They fall apart after everyone thinks the hard part is over. So if you're already through the inspections, there's one big part left, the appraisal. First, what hurts a home appraisal the most? The biggest issue I see is overpricing. Condition can also play a role depending on your financing, but for right now, let's just focus on pricing. Appraisers don't look at online estimates, list prices, or how much the seller needs to get. They look at closed sales, recent data, and comparable homes. When a home is priced above what the data supports, it creates a gap, and that gap has to be addressed somehow. This is especially important in a shifting market, where prices aren't climbing as fast as they were. If prices aren't aligned with reality, problems show up quickly once the appraisal comes in. That's why pricing correctly from the start matters so much, not just for showings, but for protecting the transaction all the way through closing. So what happens if a home doesn't appraise at the purchase price? Don't panic. A low appraisal doesn't automatically mean the transaction is dead. There are several options, including renegotiating the price, requesting seller concessions, adjusting terms, or reconstructing the transaction to bridge the gap. Which option makes sense depends on the situation, and this is where experience truly matters. I've seen transactions saved simply because the right strategy was used at the right time, and I've also seen transactions fall apart because no one was prepared for this moment. Understanding these possibilities before you're under contract gives you leverage and peace of mind. And the big question sellers ask me, should I sell now or wait until spring? This comes up a lot. Waiting only works if competition stays the same, and historically, spring almost always brings more listings. More listings means more choices for buyers, more choices means more competition, and more competition often leads to pricing pressure. Right now, we have serious motivated buyers in the market, especially buyers who've been waiting for conditions to be more reasonable. When a home is priced correctly today, it can stand out instead of blending into a crowded spring market later. This isn't about rushing, it's about positioning. The best deals don't happen by luck. They happen by preparation, strategy, and realistic expectations. When you understand pricing, appraisals, and potential pitfalls ahead of time, you're not only protecting your equity, but also your sanity. That's how smooth transactions happen, even in a changing market. So question, now that you know one of the ways transactions really fall apart, are you prepared before you ever write an offer or list your home? As always, drop your questions in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. And don't forget to like and subscribe to stay ahead of the Puget Sound market. Until next time, keep dreaming big and aiming high.